Oh, sorry, hold on. I got a hair. No, it's a hair in my eye or something. So today what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna go to make some deliveries. We'll stop by Lowe's Foods, drop some produce off. Then we're gonna pick up some bread from my CSA boxes from $1.95. Stop at Chappell Peaches to pick up some fresh peaches from my boxes and from my produce stand. And after that, we're gonna go get some fresh baked cookies from Cookies and More. I'll load up some peaches. All right, last stop, cookies. Awesome, that sounds good. All right, got 65 exactly. Thank you. All right, you too. Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good.
Did we get, okay, so I'm like, I got a new package.
Yeah,
like,
she said, she told me.
How it's gonna work?
Yeah, she said she likes it better. I mean, it looks neat.
No.
Yeah.
Like, we're trying some different things.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Thank you. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So, let's go check out and see what we got going on at the farm. We got some weeds out there, but I did spray them. We always got some crabgrass popping around and stuff like that, so we always spray for that. But yeah, it has been taken care of, but it takes like 2 weeks for it to die. What's up, guys? Out here, this is my drip sweet potatoes. And it just rained, so I don't need to do no dripping today. George out there mowing somebody's yard somewhere. But yeah, so been testing a little bit of drip sweet potatoes each year, and I've kind of really liked it. We're really big on irrigating all my crops, so at a minimum every year I'd pull out the overhead irrigation. We'd either use my guns or we'd pull the big reel out here, you know, wherever we had sweet potatoes at, and irrigate a minimum of like 3 times a year, sometimes as much as 5 or 6. So just knowing how much I irrigate all the time, and we do drip for my produce and stuff, and have all the equipment, and I just figured, hey, let's try dripping the sweet potatoes. And I know a lot of people do it in other areas too, not much in North Carolina, but a lot in California, and figured I'd try it, and we really like it. So my 3rd year I went all drip, so I don't have to worry about pulling reels and stuff like that. It's a lot of upfront cost, you know, a little bit upfront work laying all the lines and hooking everything up, but after that there's like not much decision making for me. Like if I think I need to put water out here, I don't really have to think too much. I just go right over there to that little pump, turn it on, and, you know, run my zones. Whereas before, you know, it was always a decision making process involved. Like, okay, you know, I'm looking at Monday and I can see that the sweet potatoes need water and they're stressing and it's 100 degrees. Well, they're calling for rain on Thursday. Sweet potatoes are a very drought tolerant crop, so you know, they can withstand from Monday to Thursday. So I'm gonna probably wait and see if we don't get that shower on Thursday, so I don't have to go out here, pull out all my pipe, lay on my pipe, hook up all my stuff, irrigate it in, and then 2 days later it rains. Might come Thursday and it won't rain. So then I'm behind. All right, now I'm gonna have to go ahead and irrigate. So it's always the decision-making process, and there's that friction there that you're like, do I pull out my pipes and irrigate, or do I not? Do I wait for the rain? What else do I have going on? Do I have time, you know? And so we were always quick trigger on irrigating anyway, so more than likely we were just gonna irrigate, and then if it rained 2 days later, then I wasted my time probably. But now that I have this, if they need water on Monday, I'm just gonna give them water, you know. Okay, it might rain Thursday, I won't have to water them later in the week, but I'm definitely gonna give them water now. I think that helps me gain production certain times of the season, because they are a drought tolerant crop and you can water them too much. So you can mess yourself up by not making them stress out. But there's certain times that they don't need to stress out. Really, between day 30 to 45 is a really important time for the sweet potatoes to not really be under too much stress, because you want them to make as many roots as possible under that hill, and you want them to keep all of them. So if they're stressed out too much, they're not gonna make as much, and then they'll maybe let them go later on. So you don't want that. So I don't have to think much, just turn it on, water it. If it rains too much, they lack fertilizer, I can just put fertilizer right back. I don't have to drive my equipment across here, sling out more fertilizer or nothing. I just put liquid fertilizer and it immediately goes to the plant and immediately takes it up, and you can see them getting green. A lot of benefits as to why I do this drip. It's been wet this first part of the season, so hadn't really needed it. I've put fertilizer out here, but there will be the time that I know I'll be glad to have this, because we have really sandy soil out here, and it literally takes like 3 hot days for it to be back dry again. So yeah, we'll use it a lot. So these plants out here, I planted them like getting close to like a month ago at this point. They're vining out really good, closed in the rows, which is really good. So usually these are Covingtons, usually about 120 day crop. So, you know, depending on the weather and how warm it is from start to finish, I mean, sometimes it says 120 days, but sometimes, you know, it's like 130. Or if it's really warm, it might be 110. You know, it's possible we start digging these things the end of September, which would be really cool. Go ahead and start getting them in the building, curing them out so we can start packing them. But yeah, hopefully we'll start digging these bad boys about the end of September. One of the good things that I like to look at when my crop's at this point to know whether or not it's progressing well is to come out here and make sure that the rows are all closed in, and they are. It actually provides shade for weeds and stuff, because we can't plow it anymore. So that's a good sign. Another thing that I see when you come out here is, you know, when they're, you know, these plants are now crossing over to each other, and you see a lot of this poking up the runners and stuff, and you can kind of see it throughout the field. They're just getting to the point where you'll see a lot of them kind of standing up, you know. That's always a good sign when I can come out in my field. And this will progress, you know, in 2 or 3 weeks from now, it's gonna be like you can't even really see where there was a row to start with from outside. Now I'll be able to tell walking in, but like from, you know, the highway, it'll just look like a blanket across here of sweet potato plants. And that's a really good sign, and it's working that way to get to that point right now. So yeah, they look pretty good. It's a good start. Got a bunch of stuff in here. Check our squash out, yellow squash. Looks pretty good. We just started picking on our second crop, so looks pretty good. We pick it early in the morning, get it straight in the cooler, get it good and cooled down, so she holds up, and then usually by the next day, it's going out somewhere. We picked a bunch of jalapenos. This was yesterday. We got a bunch in here. Them are some good jalapenos to do some stuffing with. Look at them bad boys, man. Things are thick. Got some cantaloupes, some slicing cukes just put in there. Come out this morning. They look good. We field pack all these, so we don't run them across the grading machine. We'll just pack them straight in the field and put them in our boxes. We're small, so that's how we do it. But we hand grade them. We do a really good selection when we're sizing them up out there in the field. My guys got a real good hang of it. So stores usually like them. We always sell a bunch of them. So yeah, all of our stuff is like super fresh when we take it to the stores. We run our main deliveries on Tuesdays and Fridays. So, you know, whatever we're picking, usually our truck's leaving out really early on Tuesdays. So whatever we pick Tuesday and Wednesday, you know, it's going out on Friday's run. So stuff's never sitting here that long, kind of rotating through it really good. We run deliveries to other places like Wednesdays and Thursdays sometimes too. Sometimes we might do Sunday runs, just special, depending on how much we got coming in, you know, that week. So yeah, but our main ones are Tuesdays and Fridays. That's where most of our stuff goes out. We just kind of rotate it through the week and, you know, bring it in from the field, kind of see what we got, you know, count it up, kind of got an idea of, you know, probably what the stores might want. So just kind of go from there and see if we can't sell it all. That is the goal. We don't want any waste. And what I do when we have extras and stuff that I can't move, you know, I work with the food bank closely, and like I had them come last week and they picked up, I think it was 7 pallets of squash from me. I donated it. So yeah, we'll do that when we have extra stuff that we can't move. I'm not going to throw anything away and put it into the woods. We're going to at least get it somewhere. So yeah, we have a lot in here to sell. Friday should be a good day. So This is my third crop of squash and zucchini. We planted these things about a week ago at this point. Started them in the greenhouse, brought the transplants out here. So they're just kind of catching hold. I just put fertilizer to them yesterday for the first time, liquid. We've got granular under the beds, but just put some liquid to the first time. So they're starting to take that up, I can tell. Last time I was out here, there was a little bit on the yellow side. They've taken up that fertilizer the last couple of days. This is the first time I've actually planted out here in this field. This is a bad nut grass field and deer. So I've always been nervous to come out here. But we've kind of got a good method for the nut grass now. So I wasn't sure about the deer though. But so far so good on the deer pressure. That's a good thing. But yeah, this is sand. This is a sandy field. This is a sandy field. I mean, I think it just rained out here just a little bit earlier, and look at it. It just looks like beach sand. Obviously, that's the top. It's better down in there, but still, it's really good for my produce, so I'm going to irrigate it, you know, so I can really look after it. I actually prefer my crops to be a little bit on the drier side as far as if it rains a lot, so I can do a better job looking after them. So anyways, I was excited to try my produce out here. So far, I like it. I can grow really good sweet potatoes out here, so I figured I could do produce too. And yeah, so far so good. I'm thinking we're having a little bit of residual herbicide from the previous crop that was grown out here because it's affected a lot of my other crops that we've been planting, particularly some of my squash. My first planting had a little bit of a hard time catching, and after that it's yielded great. We got it pushed through. In the second crop though, same concept, but we direct seeded those and they did not handle it well at all. They took like an extra 30 days to come up. And I've never had that happen before. So I changed my mindset for my third crop. I was like, well, you know, I survived the first crop, but I had plants because I grew them in the greenhouse so I could start them earlier. I was like, I'm not going to direct seed out here because it's the same concept here as it was in my other field. So, you know, I was a little bit nervous to see how the plants were going to do, but I can see that they're growing fine. So I have learned it might be better for me to just use transplants. It's a lot more inexpensive for me to go direct seed because they have their own root ball. So even if there's anything in the soil that might hold them back a little bit, they do have something to survive on for a little bit while they kind of metabolize that. So it looks like they've done well out here. So yeah, I'm glad to see that they're actually greening and taking up and not just sitting here yellow and stunted like I was worried they might be. So that's a good thing. My dad's always told me since I've been planting produce, he's always been like, don't ever put no cantaloupe or watermelon right by the highway. That's just an easy grab and go for people. You put some squash or something that they got to work for. The way the plants worked out this year, I got some cantaloupe and watermelon out there by the highway. And all I'm saying is, y'all don't come steal my damn cantaloupe and watermelon.